Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing another Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. So once again, I'm playing as the Dwarfs, and I'm against the Empire. And I think Dwarfs actually, this is one of their only favourable matchups, honestly. I think Lisbon can be fairly good for Dwarfs, I think Empire can be fairly good for Dwarfs. It's just they're so horribly hard countered by Chaos and Dark Elves and others. It's tough, but this is one they can actually handle. The Empire, it used to be like an instant win for Dwarves. Now the Empire are in a lot better stead, now that their guns work a lot better. So there's a chance. It can be fairly even. You know, if you mess up, you mess up, right? It's not going to instant win. So yeah, it's a fun one. This is a fun one. As you can see, miners with blasting charges. I love these guys against state troops, and they're just good shields for my better units. Good to just, you know, delay things. Nice and cheap, and they hold out a fair while against everything but guns and greatswords. Oh, and cavalry on the charge will mess them up pretty quickly. But, you know, I've got plenty of other things to sort of shoot at cavalry in the meantime. So I do have two Bugsman's Rangers. I really like these guys. They regenerate, so they can win against enemy handgunner fire really well, because they won't lose models very quickly, because I keep healing, so unless the same models are hit by bullets again and again, they don't tend to die, so it's nice. And yeah, they don't have armor piercing, but you don't need it against handgunners, but there's always going to be handgunners. So yeah, Bugsman's Rangers are pretty good in this matchup. Otherwise, you can just have them team up and shoot at greatswords. They will get some good value. Also, in the back, you see I have Longbeards with great weapons, a Longbeards with great weapons, and of course, more Longbeards with great weapons. I was about to say, and of course, the Grumbling Guard, pointed the wrong ones. So I've got a fair few, you know, armor piercing Longbeards here, and with the Grumbling Guard as well, who are just fantastic. So that's going to help against things like greatswords and also heavy cav. You know, good armor piercing values, always good. Also, I have the Dragonback Slayers and Slayers. Here I have a Rune Lord with all the runes, and two Bolt Throwers, and a Goblobber. So, pretty big army, actually, considering it's a Dwarf army. I've managed to get a lot of units in here, so I'm pretty happy with it. Now, my opponent, you see, he's got a Light Wizard, which I think is an interesting pick. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Well, one thing I need to point out is, guys, when you're bringing a Light Wizard, always watch out for this. Exorcism, totally pointless. It only works against undead, so don't bring it if you're not against the undead. It's a waste of money. Anyway, so he's got a load of Flagellants. Flagellants will pin things down for a long time, and they can get some good damage into things like Dwarf Warriors. Don't have a lot of armor piercing, but they're pretty unrelenting. Also, he's got a couple of Empire Knights, he's got some Spearmen, some Handgunners, he's got 2 units of Handgunners, there's another unit over there. And he has 4 Greatswords over here. He's also got the General of the Empire. So the General of the Empire, he's going to hit very hard, and he's going to break leadership pretty quickly. So he's a great sort of support character, because he can just come in, knock a load of dwarfs flying, you know, taking a few heads off, and sod off again, which is pretty great. It's pretty handy that way. Also really good for sort of taking out things like runesmiths and stuff. But I didn't really go with a load of, you know, different heroes. I just went with my Rune Lord. Anyway, speeding things up. So, Goblobber immediately hitting the greatswords. Gotta take these guys out as quickly as possible. And now I've got my Bugsman's Rangers shooting at the handgunners. I have these Bugmans. I was actually shooting at the Flagellants, but I'm gonna have to switch to the handgunners eventually. But right now, I have to retreat because of these guys. So, Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin. It's gonna slow them down horribly. So, here, 35 speed compared to the 40 speed of Dragonback Slayers. That's right, dwarves running faster than cavalry. Bring it. So they're going to get pretty torn up. Got my bolt throwers shooting into this unit. But, yeah, I mean, I'll get through them eventually. So my Rune Lord is running in there too. And here you can see the Greatswords have taken quite a lot of damage. The Spearmen have taken the blasting charges, taking an awful lot of damage. Look at that. Beautiful. And the Flagellants down to half health from those blasting charges. Amazing. Love it. Also, these handgunners are getting pretty hurt. But, yeah, I'm trying to focus on these handgunners now because they're healthier. And they were actually falling back for a time. Anyway, load of greatswords trying to sweep around this side. So the Grumbling Guard are going to move over this way. Still got my Slayers over here doing very little because I want to see where these guys go. I want to be able to get onto them if they go for any of my artillery. So here, my Dragonback Slayers, they're lying in wait a bit. It's a shame to have Longbeards with great weapons fighting Flagellants, but with their heavy armor and melee defense, they can hold out a long time against these guys. Though unfortunately here, my miners got knackered, so yeah, my Longbeards are going to have to run in there. Still got my Rune Lord being busy, but the Empire Knights got away, which is annoying. It's very, very annoying. Anyway, trying to shoot into these guys now. They're trying to get my Goblobber, and the Goblobber is just such a great tool for dealing with great swords. I need to keep this guy online. So he was actually knocked off, so I do actually have to tell him to go back onto the Goblobber, and I believe I start shooting at this one. I can't have a unit trying to flank, so I'm going to start hitting this unit instead. Here, my Bugsman's Rangers are moving in too. These Bugsman's Rangers have been going for the handgunners, and they go for the handgunners again. So, yeah, things are going okay. Things are going okay. A lot of strength over here, but mixture of miners and grumbling guard and longbeards, they're holding out alright. But as you can see, the greatswords do actually have the advantage in this. The longbeards cannot hold up as well against the greatswords as you'd like. But obviously you got a lot of missile, pressure that you can bring as the dwarves, which really help that matchup along. Anyway, here I'm going to have to run the bolt thrower crew away in a second because this is a bit awful. But I'm firing into the greatswords. Here I've got my slayers stopping the light wizard from coming in. And unfortunately I've only got 2 catapults left, which is kind of sad. But they're firing straight into these guys. Use the Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin to help slow them down. And yeah, still firing artillery at them. So these guys actually break as I try and tell them to run away. This artillery crew has been dealt with, but frankly, the only things that my bolt throwers are going to be shooting at are the Light Wizard and the General of the Empire, honestly, and they're running around too much for me to get good hits on them, honestly. All his cavalry has basically been dealt with, so it's fine. I'm happy for him to waste his time rather than supporting his front line. I'm happy with that. So another Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin on these greatswords, really helping to slow him down, and some nice point-blank shots with a huge leadership penalty because the Goblobber and some extra fire from the Bugsman's Rangers is enough to break these guys with quite a few models left, in fact. So, yeah, Goblobber, just that leadership debuff is so good. So I'm going to change target again soon because they are starting to flank me. My miners aren't able to hold out. My Rune Lord is in here, mainly fighting the Spearman, but if he gets surrounded by greatswords, he's doomed. So here, I've got my Slayers trying to get involved. Handgunners are back. That is handgunners are miles away right now. So still got my Bugmans doing some good stuff. Here, I think I do actually send the Dragonback Slayers into this group because I need some more killing done here. Beautiful rock there with a goblin on it, just tearing through those greatswords. So over here, he's trying to get my Bugsman's Rangers that are getting a lot of value, shooting at not only the handgunners but also doing some good damage to the greatswords. It adds up. So, yeah, again, screening those handgunners away, and I'm chasing these guys with the Slayers. So, now with the Dragonback Slayers in here, they hit so hard, and now they have 60 armor thanks to the rune. It's pretty good. They're very survivable with the help of the runes, so they're able to get through the greatswords pretty damn quickly. And with the Grumbling Guard in here, being such a stalwart defender, yeah, this pocket breaks, which is pretty damn good for me. So now, having to start shooting into these greatswords again. Here, shooting point blank into the Empire Knights. They're not going to survive this. Yeah, there we go. They're just too injured. So the fact I saw them coming, I was able to stop them getting in. So here, my Longbeards are going to tie down these great swords. Still got my Slayers poised to see where these guys are going to land. So I think they charge in soon. Run out of ammo with these Bugmans. 81 kills with them, which is pretty great. Not sure what that was. That seems to be an overcast net of Amantok. Not sure what the plan was there. Obviously a misclick. Probably wanted it over here so these guys couldn't join the fray. But that's game. That is game. So yeah, you don't have to be too you know, don't need to do anything too fancy, honestly, against the Empire. You just have to hold. You just have to keep your lines together. Make sure you don't rush all of your guys into melee because you need reserves. You need to plug up gaps where you can. You want to draw out the fight. As long as you still got ammunition left, you want to be able to use that on units. You know, if they try and flank, you can shoot at them. If all of their units are just running straight into one of yours, just keep that guy standing there, you know, and hold back everything. Yeah, it's only when stuff flanks that you need to start rearranging and changing your targets. It's kind of different to a lot of other factions, especially how I play. I tend to go very sort of aggressive. I tend to charge into things a lot. With the Dwarfs, it's actually just let them kind of come to you and just, yeah, block them. Just get in their way when they try and do things. That's the best strategy. Just, yeah, calm and collected. Don't throw all of your guys into melee because there's no advantage to all of your guys being in combat, like there are for a lot of other factions. Dwarves will get more damage done the longer you postpone combat. So if you leave a load of your guys in reserve, just make sure the front line is busy, you know. If there's some guys trying to go wide around you, just let them go wide for a bit. Don't run to them. Just, you know, start firing at them before they're able to get around into a position that might be advantageous. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Grumbling Guard did fantastically. 100 kills. Bugmans did great. One unit, a lot better than the other. One unit got wrapped up in combat quite a lot, though. He was trying to get on top of those Bugmans a lot. But the other one, yeah, got a chevron out of it, which is nice. You know, did a load of damage to the handgunners. These guys were barely able to perform because of, yeah, just my Bugmans. Just killed them all. It was great. Goblobber, 80 kills. Beautiful. The fact that he could break units nice and quickly, it meant every time there was a unit that looked like it was going to do something bad to me, I could just break it nice and quickly. I could just focus my attention on it, get rid of it, and I wouldn't have to deal with that threat. I wouldn't have to deal with, you know, that side being flanked or whatever. It was pretty fun. So, Empire Knights, I think, are, It can be tough. It can be very tough. There's a lot of tools the dwarves have that can deal with knights very quickly. It's often nice to keep these guys in reserve or go with some cheaper, lighter cavalry, just like pistoliers or something. I know they're not armor piercing, but if you're just trying to disrupt the back line a bit, it's often fine just to go with pistoliers because they'll get some shots into slayers and that makes some good value. And you can charge into, you know, artillery crews and that can do some good damage. So, you know, just something cheap like that is often nice. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of it really. It's a fun one. So, thanks, Aragon. It's a tough matchup, so, you know, he did well. He did well. So, guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.